Hello everybody, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a brilliant day. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and ring the bell in order to keep up with all things LEGO and Nintendo on my channel. Today I have a video that I've sort of been working on for quite a while now. It is my top 10 favourite LEGO sets. Please remember that this is my own list, so that all opinions are my own. Please feel free to share yours down below. I'd love to see what your guys' opinions are. But without further ado, let's finally get into the video. Starting off, I do have a few honourable mentions that I really do want to, give some light to. The first one being the 3368 LEGO City Space Centre. A childhood classic, a set that I've had in my collection for so long. I think it's about 10 years now. The next one is Ninjago City Gardens, a set that literally has just come out, and a set that is already out of stock. I just know for a fact that once I do eventually get this set, and I do have all the intentions to pick it up, I'm going to absolutely love it. I've never been a massive Ninjago fan. I've seen a few episodes of the series. I've got a few older sets, but I feel like this set is going to make us into a proper Ninjago fan. Finally, the last honourable mentions go to the UCS Millennium Falcon and the UCS Star Destroyer. I intend to buy one of these sets very shortly. I'm not sure which one. I keep going back and forth. I prefer the design of the Star Destroyer, but I feel like the Millennium Falcon is worth the price more. But like I say, whichever one I buy, I know for a fact it'll be one of my favourites, so I just wanted to put it out there. And starting off, we have the 21309/92176, the LEGO Ideas Satin 5. This is a set I literally just absolutely adore for the sheer height. The piece count of this thing is absolutely perfect, 1969. That Easter egg is just absolutely incredible, and I have always said that the moon landing is one of those things I wish I was alive for, so it sort of adds to like why I love this set. I'm fascinated with stuff to do like space and like NASA and like engineering in that regard. I really do love stuff like that. This is a set that I don't currently own, but it's one that I actually had the opportunity to buy a few years back. I never went through with it. I bought some shoes that I've still got on and I never wear, so bit of a mistake on my part. The set's also very flexible in terms of like how it can be displayed. I've seen people display it like on the wall, hanging from the ceiling, just standing up, but it really is like it's an amazing display piece. Like the separation of the modules as well, it really does lean itself to like an amazing display piece, and I'm so happy that it is now re-released, so I really do plan on picking it up within the next few months. Here at number 9 we have the 71374 Nintendo Entertainment System. Obviously, because these are here, I'm assuming you just know how much I love Nintendo and LEGO. The fact that this thing actually exists is a dream come true. It really is a set of my dreams. I never thought that this sort of set would come to fruition where I can go to the LEGO store and buy a Nintendo product. It's amazing. It really is. The mechanisms in this set, like the scrolling background, like the integration with like LEGO Mario to make music and noises, it's fascinating. It's something that I've never seen any LEGO set before, and it really makes it stand out. Obviously, it's not a set that I currently own because I'm a bit broke right now. But like I say, I do intend to pick this set up before it retires. I really hope they do make more of like these Nintendo sets, like maybe it's an SNES, an N64. A Wii would be really interesting. I would totally buy that. I feel like this makes up for the somewhat disappointing Mario line from like an A4's perspective, because yeah, LEGO Mario's a thing. I absolutely adore it. I'm not going to buy any of the sets because I'm not really interested in like a course creation sort of theme. I got Mario Maker for that. But no, this is a set that you can tell was designed for the A4s and the older demographic, and I absolutely love it. But moving on to the number 8 spot, we have the 10189/10256 Creator Expert Taj Mahal. This set is the most beautiful set LEGO has ever produced. Like, don't even at me on that one. Building this set is very tedious. It takes ages. It's got 5,923 LEGO elements. It's going to take a long time. And within that piece count, there's a lot of repetition, and I mean a lot. You build pretty much everything at least 2 or 4 times, I'm pretty sure, to make like the entire model. But this is one of those sets that once it's built, it's totally worth it. It sits proudly on my desk. It's very eye-catching. It's there for everybody to see as soon as they walk into my room. It really is an amazing model. Like, the footprint of this set is absolutely massive. I mean, it makes sense because it is like 6,000 pieces. But it takes up like 4 base plates in like a square formation. It's difficult to display because of just the sheer size of this thing. This set was like the largest set for so many years. I think it was the biggest set for about 9-10 years. The fact that this set couldn't be top for 10 years just goes to show how like big and beautiful this set really is. And like I say, I really do think this is the most beautiful model I've ever produced. The fact that this set was re-released for the fans as well, just a cherry on top of the cake. I wouldn't be able to have this set right now if it wasn't re-released. It's one of those sets that I looked at when I was younger and I just really badly wanted. And I'm so glad that I do have it within my collection now. Here at number 7 we have the 7965 Star Wars Millennium Falcon. This was the first LEGO Star Wars set I've ever owned. The set comes with 6 incredible minifigures, including an Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Darth Vader, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia and Luke Skywalker. The amount of detail on these figures, considering like it's a 2011 set, is pretty mind-blowing for the time. The new iterations of this ship are obviously much better. Like the one from The Force Awakens is really good. The one from Rise of Skywalker is almost as perfect as a Millennium Falcon can get at this scale. Obviously the UCS one is absolutely incredible compared to this one, but this one has a lot of charm to it. The interior details are really fun as well, although it is a bit basic, like I say, compared to the newer models. It just allows it to be like sort of like a clean and like clutter-free set inside compared to like the newer ones, which it is the Millennium Falcon, so I understand why the newer ones do have a sort of messier approach. And here at number 6 we have the 7938 LEGO City Passenger Train. I'm just going to say it right now, controversial opinion of it, bias, yeah, say what you want. This is one of the best city trains like in the entire city theme line. I really do feel that. I just feel like all these newer models, like the yellow one, and I think there's a white one, they've simplified it a lot. You go to the front of like these newer sets, they've got like the big, smooth plastic molds, whereas like this older red one, it's like pretty much entirely brick built. Yeah, it uses quite a few larger pieces, particularly in the base and the roof, but I do appreciate that a lot of it is brick built compared to the newer ones. And the fact that like these things are remote control, and to this day in 2021, when I've had this set for about 10-11 years now, these remote control functions still work to this day. It really is incredible, and it's just a testament to how like good the quality is with these sets, and they really are worth the money. You only get 3 minifigures in this set, which is a bit disappointing considering it can sit up to 10 people, 12 including the drivers. But obviously if you're buying this set, you probably will have a lot of minifigures lying around, so you can populate it. Also on a side note, this also features in one of my favourite games of all time, being LEGO City Undercover. It's the train that goes around the entire city and you can ride it, and it is surreal. Like, I've got this set right here, but I can also actually drive it myself in a video game. It's essentially come full circle because that's a set I've had for a very long time. Next up at number 5 we have the 10221 Star Wars Super Star Destroyer. It's iconic, it's rare, and the overall design is absolutely impeccable. This set has a very imposing feel about it. When you see this set amongst like other sets like, of the same theme, you do focus on that one. It is incredibly long. I think it's about 1.2 meters long, which that's very, very long. And just like the Satin 5 and a few of the other ones, it's an exceptional display piece that can be hung from the ceiling, put on the wall, put on a shelf. Like, it's so many display options with this one because of its sheer size and like presence. It also comes with 5 minifigures, which I believe are a great selection. A few of these figures like Bosk and IG-88 haven't really come in many other sets since. It adds to like the rarity and the value of this set. The greebling along the sides and like along the top adds tons of detail. You may think this is a very repetitive and bland and boring set, but although it looks like that, if you get closer to it and look at the details, you really do start to appreciate like the amount of time it must have gone into designing this thing. And the end product is nothing short of exceptional. It really is. And it's really surprising to see that a set of this size and a set of this caliber actually has some interior details. Not a lot of these big UCS tend to have them, like, you know, Death Star 2, the original UCS Millennium Falcon didn't really have too much in the way of like interior details, but this one does, and I really do appreciate it. It goes really well with the minifigures. It's obviously a set that I don't currently own, but would be one that if I ever have, I would never sell. I'd probably bury myself with it. I want it so badly. The fact that they've re-released like the Death Star and the UCS Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyer makes us believe that this set could be next. This set could be one of the next UCS sets to be released. Maybe it's not this year, because I know that I'm pretty sure I have Republic Gunship's coming out this year, but hopefully in a few years' time I've got this set in my collection. I have no idea where to put it because it is massive. Here at number 4, just missing out on a spot in the top 3, we have the 10255 Creator Expert Assembly Square. This set is absolutely stunning. It's got so many interesting colours, building techniques. It uses a wide variety of pieces. It's like own miniature city within a set. You essentially get like a block. It's not just like one building or two buildings. You get 3 quite sizable buildings, and all of them have like a lot of like smaller businesses. I particularly love the Eiffel's apartment on the top of the bakery. That is like the apartment of my dreams. Like, you've got the big city layout, you've got shelves all the way around with loads of sets on. It also has a nod to the 10181 Eiffel Tower, which you won't hear the last of. This is the second modular I owned, and I built it during the first initial lockdown of 2020. And the build process was so fun all the way through. There was little repetition. It was really engaging. I was actually really sad when the build was over because I enjoyed it that much. If this list was based on sheer building experience, this would be number 1. It's a set that, like, it just constantly just was engaging. I absolutely loved it. It's a massive set to undertake. It's a massive set to build. And it really is one of the most impressive sets that I've got. Even compared to, like, some of the bigger ones, I absolutely adore it. And with the bronze medal in 3rd place, we have the 7199 Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. This might be like a sort of odd pick, especially compared to some of the other sets on this list, but this was a set that I've wanted my entire life. This is probably the first set that I looked at and was like, I want that so badly. I'm a massive Indiana Jones fan. In particular, when I was younger, believe it or not, Temple of Doom was my favourite. It's not my favourite anymore now that I'm a bit older, but this was the film that I always went to when I wanted to watch Indiana Jones. And this set in particular, the Temple of Doom, the minecarts, the minifigures, it's pretty big and it's a really good display piece. It's just got a lot going for it. It's got that really rare Mola Ram figure, which goes for a lot of money now. I really do intend to get this set someday, and the day I do get it will be the day I retire from life, because this is probably my second most wanted set out of any Lego set. It is an interesting build process. It's quite varied. Like, you go from building the minecart to the main stand to like the track and like the overhead buckets that drops all of the rocks onto like the bad guys. There's a lot going for it. It really is. And for like a sort of like quote unquote play set that is intended for the younger demographic, it really does a good job. It's really quite representative of the movie. Obviously, it's nowhere near as long. It's relatively short, because if this thing was any longer, like, it'd probably be the size of my street. To do the entire thing, it would be absolutely massive. It's like as representative of the movie as it can be, through like the figures and whatnot. But I feel like I've been on this set for quite a while, so let's move on to the runner-up. And here at the second place with the silver medal is the 10181 Creator Expert Eiffel Tower. I absolutely adore this set. This one singular set is the one set I would own out of any sets that Lego has ever made. Like, you might think it is a bit random because I don't hear anybody ever mention this set. It's sort of one that's just been forgotten with time, I feel, because obviously, like, there's other sets that are arguably better. But me personally, I just feel like this set has so much charm to it, like a classic feel. This set hasn't really aged very well. Like, if you're looking at the pictures now, it really is a blocky set. It does look ugly when you're really close to it, but me personally, I like that about it. It's a classic. It's an old classic, like, sort of vintage Lego set now that it's been out for so many years, and I absolutely adore it. I do hope one day that they either re-release this set or they like remake it completely, make it like less blocky, maybe it's even taller somehow. I mean, I don't know how they do it, because the original set is already, I think, the tallest Lego set they've ever made. I've said this a few times throughout the list, but I will retire from life once I do get this set. This is the set I want the most. This is the set that I would probably give a lot of my collection away just to have. Like, that's a very bold statement, because I do have quite a lot of valuable sets, but I would give an arm and a leg for this set, man. I absolutely love it. I could sit here gushing about it all the time, because I feel like I'm the only person who actually does gush about it, because, like I say, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I just feel like this set deserves more credit, just for like the sheer size, the sheer like everything about it. I honestly, I'm laughing, I'm smiling. I just really do like it. It also helps that I am a really big fan of the Eiffel Tower. I've never visited it. It's something like on my bucket list. It's probably like near the top just to visit the Eiffel Tower. As you've seen in like my previous videos, I have a massive Eiffel Tower canvas like behind us normally when I record. Like it just says it all. It's just very imposing. It's a massive set, and if I did have this set, it would tie perfectly with that canvas that I do have. I'm not gonna lie, this set is probably a nightmare to display and dust. Like, currently, it already takes us enough time to dust all these, so I'd imagine this one with all the little grooves and like each level of the Eiffel Tower would take a long time to dust. And displaying it as well, I do understand it is a bit of a nightmare to display because it's very tall, it's very wide. I wouldn't be able to fit it absolutely anywhere. Like even if I tried to make space, I don't think I could display it anywhere. If I did have it, it would probably be the set I keep in the box. It's ironic, it's one of my favourites, but I keep it in the box, you know, just to preserve it. I've actually tried so many times to put out this set on like bricks and pieces, pick a brick and like bricklink, but I'm never able to do it for some reason. There's always a few pieces missing, or always a few pieces that are like way too expensive. But I will get it one day. I'm a firm believer that I will buy this set one day. Like I say, if there's only one set I could buy now until the end of time, it would be this one. But without further ado, after I've gushed on about the Eiffel Tower for so long, let's finally get into the last but certainly not least entry on this list. In first place with a golden medal, we have the 10214 Creator Expert Tower Bridge. I've got a lot to say about this set. It's quite an odd pick, I know this. Like I say, just like the Eiffel Tower and these like big world buildings in particular, they're not very spoken about very often. They're not a lot of people's favourites. If anything, like people just look at them, are like, that's cool, and like move on to something that looks a bit cooler. Which is understandable. If you don't have a personal attachment to these things, you're not really gonna bat an eye at them. But I do, in terms of this Tower Bridge. It's a set that I'm very happy I own. A set I'm very lucky to own because I did buy it when it was retiring. Although it was on shelves for many years. It had a very long life, longer than most Lego sets did. This set was the one that got us back into Lego because before this, I hadn't bought a Lego set in about 3-4 years. You know, I grew up, I was a pubescent teen, I was in high school, I was hanging around with friends. And I didn't want any of them knowing that I built Lego and I had Lego all over my room, but obviously you can tell that I don't care anymore. I was just walking through my local mall, like when this set was still on shelves, and I seen it in the window. And like I looked at a bunch of reviews on it online and I thought to myself, like, I have to get this. Even though I'm not a fan of Lego anymore, I have to buy it. It looks absolutely incredible. And just like the Taj Mahal, I generally feel like this is also one of the most beautiful models I've ever produced. I might be a bit biased in that, but it does speak for itself. I'm sure you can understand why I like it so much. So I bought this set with the tips I earned from my paper round at Christmas, and the amount of tips I got because my customers were very nice and the people I work with were very nice, added up to enough to buy this set. This set was £210, so that's like what? I think that's like what, $250 US. So it's not the most expensive set in the world, but it still is obviously a pretty penny to spend on Lego. It currently sits proudly like in the driver's seat of my room. When you walk in, you look to the right and you see this one dead in the centre. It's so imposing. It doesn't actually get like overshadowed by like bigger sets like Hogwarts and the Taj Mahal. Like when people have always walked into my room, they always look and turn and see this one in the middle and go, wow, before any other set. And I just feel like that just totally proves just how beautiful this set really is and just how much it really does mean to us. Everyone's got that Lego set that like got them back into Lego, or a set that like they've had for a long time that they've just got such a connection to. And for me, it's Tower Bridge, and it's obviously not one that I feel a lot of people do have that connection to. If you do, let us know down below. I'd love to discuss it with you because, like I say, I do have a lot to say about it, but I've waffled on about this one for a bit too long. But I'll quickly mention the build process. Yeah, the build process is quite repetitive. I've built this thing twice. The first time wasn't too bad. Like I say, I hadn't built Lego in a while, so I enjoyed it that little bit more because it was still like relatively fresh, and I did enjoy it a lot. But I rebuilt this one like not too long ago, and it was a bit of a pain. It took quite a long time, and it is a very repetitive build, and it does hurt your hands afterwards. But just like the likes of the Taj Mahal and like Big Ben, like these sets are better when they're finished. They are truly display pieces, and that's what I like to do. Me Lego display them, and this one represents that so well. But now that I've told you my top 10 favourite Lego sets, I really want to know what your top 10 favourite Lego sets are. So please don't forget to let us know down below. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Goodbye.